Hello, Room 15. It is Monday, April 13th. Today is our first math lesson on distance learning. We are going to be studying geometry in this next unit. And geometry is anything that has to do with shapes. Okay, so to start with, we're just going to review 2D shapes today. Okay, so here is our learning target. So our learning target is we will be able to identify 2D shapes. We're going to describe attributes of 2D shapes, okay? So throughout the lesson, I might be teaching you some new vocabulary words. We're going to use our magic mirrors as usual. Okay, so just be prepared for that. So what is a 2D shape? So a 2D shape is, let me just move this so you can see. So a 2D shape is a flat shape, okay? So a flat shape that doesn't really have any volume. It's just like flat on a piece of paper, which we've kind of talked about, okay? So 2D shape is actually a shorter way to say two-dimensional, okay? So here are some examples of 2D shapes. We're going to be learning 4 2D shapes today, and then we'll be reviewing some more throughout the week. So mirrors up. Show me your mirrors. So the first 2D shape is a triangle. Okay, a triangle has 3 sides. We'll be going over what sides are, but we've already learned this from Number Corner. Remember, a side is like a straight line. So mirrors up. A triangle is the first 2D shape. It has 3 sides. A side is a straight line. Okay, mirrors down. So here are some examples of different triangles. As you can see, they are shaped differently, but they all have 3 sides, okay? And then also we've learned about vertices, which I'll be going over at the very end. But as you can see, vertices are like the corners, okay? So vertice is like where 2 or more lines meet. As you can see right here, there's a line right here. Oops. And a line right here. And then this is where it meets, right here in that corner area, okay? Our next 2D shape mirrors up. A rhombus has 4 sides. So a rhombus has 4 sides. Mirrors down. So a rhombus is another example of a 2D shape. So a rhombus is kind of like the word that you use for any shape that's 4 sides. As you can see, the rhombus sort of looks like a diamond, but this is the mathematical term. So we don't say a diamond, we would say a rhombus, okay? And then if you can see, this shape right here looks like a square. So that is a square, but it has, so if you look at the definition, it says a 2-dimensional flat shape with 4 congruent sides. This word congruent right here means that all the sides are the same length. So take a look at the pictures. Look at the sides. The sides. Do they look like they're the same length? I agree. They are the same length. So like exactly like the square. This is a square, obviously, because it has 4 sides, but it's also called a rhombus because each side is the same length. And think about it. Do you see a rectangle in this picture? You don't. You're right. Because rectangles don't have the same length for all 4 sides. There's 2 sides that are longer and then 2 sides that are shorter. So all 4 sides are not the same length. That's why you do not see a rectangle here. All right, mirrors up. The next set of 2D shapes has 4 sides again, and it's called a trapezoid. So a trapezoid has 1 pair of parallel lines. So parallel lines means that there are lines, I don't know if we talked about this, but they are straight. Think of like the lanes on a street. They're straight, right? and they never cross over the lanes unless it's a new street. But if it's one street, they go straight and they never cross. That's what parallel means. They just keep going on and on and on and on and on forever. Okay, so if you were to continue like this dark blue shape up here, the top side and the bottom side, if you were to continue those sides, they would just go like straight and they would never cross if you continued those lines. So parallel lines are lines that never cross. They run alongside each other like this, okay? So this is an example of a 2D shape, a trapezoid, okay? And what makes a trapezoid is they have parallel lines. The last shape we're going to learn is a hexagon. Mirrors up. A hexagon has 6 sides. A hexagon has 6 sides. Mirrors down. So it is a flat shape again, and it has 6 sides. I want you to look at all the shapes and count the sides. I'll give you a couple of seconds to make sure all these shapes have 6 sides. Okay, so if you see that this white shape right here, that is the hexagon that we recognize the most. Like you might see it on a stop sign if you're driving in the car with your parents, or it kind of reminds me of like a part of a honeycomb that bees would make. They make their honeycombs, they make them in this shape. If you've ever seen a honeycomb, you'll see like a hexagon shape. Okay, but the other blue shapes, those are shapes that we don't really see that often, okay? But they are hexagons because, why? They have 6 sides, okay? And the sides in a hexagon don't have to be the same length. They could be different lengths. As you can see, the white hexagon, those sides all are the same length, but the blue hexagons, all of those sides are different lengths. Now, we're going to review those attributes that we talked about. What are attributes of 2D? Of a 2D shape. That doesn't make sense. I will fix that. Everyone makes mistakes, right? Okay, so the first attribute are sides. Sides are straight lines. As you can see in all of these shapes, it is pointing to sides. The next attribute is vertex or vertices. So, mirrors up. A vertex or vertice is where 2 or more lines or sides meet in the corner. Vertex is 1, singular, 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 1, 1, 1, vertex. Vertices, plural, 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 more than 1. So vertex, 1, vertices, more than 1. So let's look at the blue cone. How many corners or vertices do you see? I see 1. So we would say that the cone has 1 vertex because there's only 1 in that shape. But if you look at this shape, which is a cube on top, that would actually be a 3D shape. It has more than 1 corner, so you would say vertices for plural, okay? And then this shape right here, this is a 2D shape because it's flat. It has 4 vertices. See where those lines meet? And then this shape, it doesn't look like it, but I believe that would be a pyramid. It is a 3D shape, and you can see that it has vertices because it has more than 1. So vertex or corner, the point at which the sides of a 2-dimensional flat shape or the edges of a 3-dimensional shape intersect. We'll be learning about 3D shapes eventually, but today we're only reviewing 2D shapes for our flat shapes, okay? So my friends, now that you've watched this video, you are going to continue on to practice 2D shapes. You have an activity on Seesaw, and I look forward to seeing your work. Have a great day. Bye.